Welcome everyone to the Entrepreneurial Success Consortium's events that we're hosting in the month of May 2022. This is part of our Fast Start Challenge, and we're excited to have you here and participate in the events and talks and workshops that we have going on this month. I'm Denise O'Malley, the founder of You Define Wellness, and one of the people behind the scenes helping get everything going. And another person behind the scenes is my partner here, Natalie Essman. And Natalie, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Of course, I wouldn't miss it. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear from Brenda, and I just love all the fun that we're having in the ESC building community. And I can't get enough from these little breakout classes, honestly.
I know.
We've been talking about, actually this morning, if anybody watched the Better Your Business show this morning, we had a meeting with, we had a meeting with a lady from Facebook afterwards. And she said that the biggest way to grow a Facebook group is to give away incentives in your community. And I was like, that's exactly what ESC does. No wonder why everyone loves it.
Oh, I know. I mean, in the Fast Start Challenge, we have a boatload of prizes that we are giving away for participating in our posts, the engagement of it, attending events like this, just showing up. And there's wonderful prizes that are being given out. But the biggest prize, I think, Natalie, is the value that we're bringing to entrepreneurs with the resources, the tools, the experts, the leadership. I mean, holy cow, you just can't get this everywhere.
Definitely. Absolutely. That is the biggest value we are bringing for sure. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to our speaker today. Bring her up to the stage. So Brenda Hardwick and I, we go back a ways, but we're not going to tell anybody how long ago it was. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just know I've known this woman for a while. She is part of the You Define Wellness Provider Network, but she will be a coach in the ESC Accelerator program when we debut it here very soon. But Brenda has, she sees angels, folks. And I am more thankful and gratitude for it as well, because she's teaching us about how we can tap into these resources to help guide us in business. And so I'm not going to go into any more detail about what Brenda does, because we're going to leave it up to her. She's the expert. So everyone help me welcome Brenda Hardwick of The Light of Nature.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad that you joined me today, and I hope that this little introduction whets your appetite for what I can bring you if you decide to join me and learn from what I offer. I'm going to speak today about the fact that everyone has angels. Everybody has angels, everybody. And there are people that come to see me and have no clue. They'll ask, I have angels? Yes, everyone has angels. Some people think they only have one. I've actually never met anyone with only one angel, unless it's a newborn. They usually come in with just one, but we pick up, you pick up angels as you go along in life. We usually come in, if you're not born with one guardian already attached, you get a guardian angel that attaches shortly after birth, because we need them and they choose to serve us. Now, I know most of the movies all show that the angels are assigned. You shall go and work with this person and earn your wings. And yeah, those are movies. Hollywood does a good job of introducing angels, but angels choose. We all have them. Your guardian angels, those are the ones that are with you all the time, all the time. They're over your left shoulder. They're always back there, always. And even if you tell them to go away, they'll back up for a minute and then they'll come back, because they're always with you. They're the ones that choose to serve you. They, if you show up and are fortunate, you are awake and aware enough that you see them. Sometimes they'll appear as a person. Sometimes they'll appear as the person they were. Sometimes they just show up as light, sometimes sparkly stuff out of the corner of your eye. Sometimes they'll poke you, they'll mess with your ear, they'll mess with your hair. There are 9 different choirs of angels. 9. That's a lot. They don't all interact with us, but if you call on them, they will come. You don't have to know the names of your angels. I know who all my guardians are. I don't ever call them by name, because what I want is for whoever can handle what I need the most, that's who I want to come in. So I don't want to pick and choose, just whoever can do it, come on. So I always do a general call. And most of the time I don't even call them angels. It's like, okay, you guys, come on in. I need your help with this or this or this or this. If you ask, they will help. There's not ever a time when they say no. They may not help the way you expect. And especially when it comes to the things we're doing, part of our lives, like your business, the work that you do, the job that you do, your dreams and wishes for what you want to bring. Sometimes they might give you a little, or they might give you an idea, or they may let you know they heard you. My experience and what I've seen with the angels is that when you ask something that has a karmic point to it, they usually don't give you a straight answer. Matter of fact, the one that I really don't like getting is, oh, you'll see. What do you mean you'll see? Just give me a hint, give me something. Yeah. Yes or no questions are the easiest when it comes to decisions that you have to make in your business. When it comes to something you need to do and you're not sure how to do it, ask for their help. The first gift given all of us by the Creator. Now, I use the term Creator because everybody might call him, her, whatever, something different. But the Creator kind of covers all the bases. When you ask, if it's something that's not necessarily for your highest and best, they might let you know they heard you, but not exactly give you an answer. Or if they say, it's up to you, like most of us can feel when you know something is not good, or when you know something is good. There's a physical feeling we get. We're taught to ignore that. About the age of 2, we start hearing, you can do it, you don't need no help. Yes, we do. We need help. We want help. Our parents, your grandparents, their parents, were all told, work hard, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, work overtime, do more than you need to. That's how you get ahead. Well, that's how they had to do it. Things are a little easier now if we ask. It is amazing to me when I ask for something and then I just back off and don't try to fix it, and don't try to do it, how the flow of energy works to the point that what I needed changes and it's right there, or what I thought I wanted changes because things changed, so I could see that's not exactly what I really need. We all have expectations, and they know that. Especially when it comes to business. When I first started my business, I hung out my shingle. I called myself a tarot reader because I thought that's what I was doing. Not exactly. They let me use cards for a while. And then I found one day I realized I wasn't reading the cards. I was hearing their angels. The cards always matched, but I wasn't reading them. And they let me use that crutch for about 6 months. And then I had a fair that I was going to, and they said, no cards. I was like, what are you talking about? No cards? You don't need them. And in my mind, I thought, I'm going to a fair. These are people that are exploring, are learning. They expect to see cards. They expect that you're using some kind of tool, not that it's just you. And I thought I knew what I was doing. And it turns out I really didn't. They said, okay. Now I've been practicing listening for a long time. They said, if you got to have cards, you take that deck. And it was a deck I had just bought. I hadn't even looked at it yet. I said, I can't use that. And all I heard was laughter. Okay, fine. So I went and I didn't use the cards. I had the best fair ever. I made more money. I saw more people. And I was like, okay, I guess they knew what they were talking about. But that takes time to get there. That took years of not listening. I've been able to see angels since I was about 3. I've never seen people with wings. It's not how it happens for me. When I was a kid, they were other children, but I could see through them. And don't ask me why that didn't scare me, but it didn't. And now it's energy signatures, kind of like an EKG. And depending on how many bands of energy, I know from which choir, which group they're from. There are 9 of them. There are 4 of them that tend to work with us. Archangels, guardian angels, they're on the bottom row. The middle row, I call them the administrative. They're the ones that make sure nobody runs into each other as they're going up and down from the creator, taking our messages and bringing our blessings down. And then that upper level, that's where the seraphim and the cherubs are. The third group, they don't really deal with us at all. The seraphim have taken an interest in what we're doing because of what we're doing down here. The cherubs, well, I kind of consider them the fairies of the angel realm, because that's how they behave. They like shiny things, and they will take shiny things from you and then watch you look for them, and they think that's hilarious. Fairies, you can bribe to bring things back, like chocolate. They like chocolate. The angels, the cherubs, you just have to ask nicely and they'll bring them back. I've learned in my business to trust them, but it's taken me 10 years to get there. What I try to do is help others learn to accept what your angels and your guides can do for you faster than 10 years. For many, many years, I would say, oh my gosh, I need money to do this, and I need money to do that, and I need to do this for my business. And, you know, I went from seeing clients in my house to having an office, and then I had to put the office together. I had to paint it, and I had to put furniture in it. And I wasn't really making any money. I was putting money in, and it took some time for that to happen. For years, it felt like if I looked up, I could see a big red balloon over my head that was filled with money. And I was like, okay, how do I get that to come down? Can we just poke a hole in it and a trickle? That would work. And they just laughed. All they would say is the money will come. Now, 10 years into running my own business, I don't have to worry about that anymore. The clients show up. I don't have to count, well, how many clients do I have this week? How many am I going to have next week? Am I going to be able to make, to pay the bills, to pay the rent? And to, you know, I have learned to trust them, which was not easy. And I still don't always do it because I'm still human. But I've learned to listen, and I've learned to ask and then let go. That was hard because I came from all my life saying, yeah, whatever, you guys. And then things would happen that would be opposite of what I wanted because I didn't listen. We all get clues that they're there. Let's see. They like to throw feathers. That was the one they used with me most. I'd see feathers. Sitting in a room where you knew there were no birds, a tiny little feather floating in front of your face. They hear you. They like shiny dimes and pennies. I don't know why dimes and pennies, but that's what they like. When you find them on the ground, they're letting you know they hear you. Angel numbers. That's one a lot of people hear and or see. 111, 222, 333. It means that they're listening and they hear you. The biggest issue we have is because we've all been told, you can do it, you don't need no help. Even if we ask, we will take it back and try and fix it ourselves. And as long as we do that, they can't do anything but watch. Because free will reigns, and we have free will. I've had people argue with me. I don't have free will, stuff just happens. Well, even if you do nothing, that's a choice. Does it work with business? Absolutely. Because I trusted this last year, when my car started to die, I first told my dealer person, my salesperson, I don't want a Prius because of some history. And I was taking my car in to get it fixed. But what they were doing was a Band-Aid. And on the one hand, I said, well, if I can just get one more year out of her, that's going to help me out. Because my business is going to have to pay for this car. And then some things happened while I was sitting. I looked the night before, they had no electric cars. That's what I wanted, was an electric. And my salesperson came by and says, I've got a Prius. You want to drive it? Okay. I went and drove it. 6 blocks away from the dealership, I realized I liked the car. So I drove it around a bit and I went back and I said, I like the car. So we worked a deal out. Now, anytime I've ever bought a car before, I'm sure I did what most of us do. I got my budget out, saw how much I could afford, how much I could afford for the insurance to go up, how much I knew I was going to pull in every month, and to make sure I could do it. I didn't do that. Instead, I said, y'all got this. You know how many clients I have in a month. You know how many people come to my meetups. You know what the income is. The business has to pay for this. And they ran all the numbers. The credit union gave me the money, and I signed those papers without looking at what the payment for the month was going to be. I had never done that before. I never trusted like that before. I know the one thing I asked was, I don't want to have to worry about how many clients do I have this month. I want it to fit where I am right now. And it did, and it does. and I don't have to worry about it. When I got home and looked at the papers, I was like, hey, look at that. Whoa. They took care of me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I trust it. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's better on gas than my other car was. It's not electric, it's a hybrid. But I got a good deal. It took me 10 years to get there, okay? So I don't expect anybody listening to be able to just walk away from hearing about, yes, you have angels, and knowing that they're there and they listen to you, and being able to trust them to do what you need done. We're human. They know that. They'll wait on you. Matter of fact, that's one of my catchphrases. Your angels are waiting, because that's what they do. How do you talk to them? Just like you're listening to me now. You just talk. Here's the recipe. Best time is at night before you go to bed. Or if you're one of those people that works weird shifts, before you go to sleep. You set your intent. All right, I'm going to hit the bed. When my head hits this pillow, I'm going right to sleep. And I'm going to dream about, pick something, whatever you want. And then you say your prayers, whatever that looks like. And then you talk to your angels. Okay, you guys, I need to know, what do I do with this? I need to know, do I turn left? I need to know, do I turn right? And I just need help with this one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you go to sleep. You will sleep. You will dream, because you set your intent. They're listening all the time. And then you got all night that they can work on it without your interference. Because normally when we ask, okay, angels, I need help with this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And your very next thought is, what am I going to do? That means you just took it back. And they have to just sit and wait until you give it back to them again. So your mission is, when you're awake, whatever you ask them for, recognize when you take it back and you're worrying about it again, and throw it back up to them. And there will be days when it feels like you're juggling, because every breath you take it back. That's okay. They know we're human. They know how we are. They love us anyway. Hallelujah. Okay, Denise.
All right, are we ready for the poll?
We're ready for the poll.
Okay, folks. So, we're doing points in the Fast Start Challenge. So if you're watching this as a recording before May 21st, 2022, you can participate on this as well. We're going to ask you a poll question, and I'm going to read it out loud for those who are on the recording in case it doesn't show up on the recording. But for those who are with us live, if you'll do me the honor of taking this poll. The question is, do you talk to your angels? Absolutely. No, but I listen to them. I didn't know I had angels, or never thought about this before. So if you are watching this as a recording, put your response in the comment section where you have found this on the Facebook Live or the Facebook group, or if you wish to put your answers in the chat box if you're with us live, that's fine too. All right, are we ready for to show the poll? All right, so we have 67% who say absolutely, and 33% are saying, I didn't know I had angels. So thank you very much for taking that poll. All right, back to you, Brenda.
Yay. Well, I know we've only got a few minutes left. what I encourage you to do is think about what that means if you have angels. Those of you who said that you didn't know you had them, oh, they're there. They've been waiting. And now they know you know. So look out. They might mess with you a little bit. They poke you, in the shoulder. Mine used to mess with my hair when I used to wear braids, and they would mess with my ear. And yeah, they want you to know they're present. Whatever they choose to get your attention, whether it's feathers or numbers or coins or songs, sometimes smells, a smell that couldn't be where you're at, a taste, depending on which of your gifts are higher than the others, because we all have them. It's just a matter of what you've been using. Folks that have a real strong sense of deja vu, especially when it's a place that you know you've never been before. Yeah, maybe not this time around. Pay attention. Think about it. Ask them to give you a sign. They understand how that 3D box that we live in, they understand how strong it is. They understand that we are kind of tied to that, but they also understand how they can get to us through it. And the one thing that really catches your attention, when they hear you say, I wonder if that's my angels, they will do that one thing again and again and again and again. There's your confirmation. You'll start seeing it everywhere. If they use numbers, you'll see it on license plates, billboards, your clock when you wake up in the morning, yeah. If you see feathers, you'll see them everywhere. You'll notice them more than you ever thought. If they use coins, you'll see them everywhere. Because they know that we're human and they know how we are. Yes, you have angels. And yes, they are waiting for you to ask for them to help. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this. I know we have some questions. Natalie, I'm bringing you back up to the stage here. Do you have any questions to start off, Natalie?
So, Brenda, I would like to know, I guess, what is an angel? Yeah, what is an angel? I guess when I think about, if we're talking to the angels around us, because I feel like I have a committee is just the truth, but I've had a lot of people that have passed away. And so I'm like, is it just because it's their energy around them? Is it because they're my angels, or what, what's an angel? Like, how do you pick that? Or maybe it could be both.
So the guardian angels are typically people who knew you when they were living. Now, whether they actually met you or not, some of those who are family members may not have met you if they came in early when you were born, or before you were born. Like, you have one angel that's from a past life, so they came in with you. So because the guardian angels choose to serve, they choose. Energy never dies. It just changes and goes to something else. Now, your guardians are the ones that are with you all the time. The archangels, they come and go depending on what you need for the day. They know what your day is going to be like, so they just show up. I usually work with the first 15 archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. And yeah, there are a whole bunch of other ones who are newer archangels. The seraphim, who are making themselves known, I am only acquainted with 4 or 5 of them. And it just depends. some of the archangels were human, but it was so long ago, they don't remember that. The others, I've never really asked the question because I don't care. But from what I know is happening today, some of the archangels are being elevated. So I believe it's just like, we put them in an org chart because they know we like org charts. And I think they rise up depending on need and what their skills are, just like anything else. But they're angels. So as far as skills, they can all do just about anything. So
we're opening it up. If there's anybody in the audience who wants to ask questions, feel free to unmute and ask your question or put it in the chat box, and I'd be happy to ask it for you. But I do have one question for you, Brenda.
okay.
So some would call this intuition as opposed to angels. What's your response?
So intuition is one of the skills, one of the tools that we all come with. Intuition, knowing, feeling, and not knowing why you know. Yeah, intuition. Is that the angels? Well, no. Your intuition is yours. That's one of your gifts. We all kind of come in with that. We don't all use it. How your gifts get stronger is by using them.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people, you use them with intent. When something happens and you think, "Ooh, did I do that? Let me see, can I do it again with this?" That's your intent. And when you get to the point where you do it without saying, "Let me see if I can do it again," then they add something else on. Because if they dumped all your gifts in your lap at once, we would run. And they know that because that's human.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition, they use that to confirm, but that's not them. When they begin to talk to you, when you hear them, they always use your voice in your head because they know you know what that sounds like. The more you work with them, the more the opportunity comes so that they can use their own voices. And I've had someone ask me, "Well, how do you know who they are?" Well, they've been around me since I was 3. And so I've always known. I can't exactly tell you how I know. All of their energy signatures are a little bit different. And depending on what choir they're in, their energy signatures, cherubs only have 2 bands, guardians have 3, archangels have 4, the seraphim have 5. So I know which group they belong to when they come in. Some of them have colors. Most of the time I don't ask because it doesn't matter.
The bottom line on this is that this is understanding and learning about this, or working with you as a coach, is just another tool that can help you achieve your vision and your dream, and opening yourself up to exploring other possibilities. I mean, I've said from the beginning of You Define Wellness, I felt like I've been divinely guided by this, because it felt like I had voices in my head as I was downloading ideas, and I'd look at it and go, "Wow, that was a really good idea. Did it come from me? Really?" We don't know where it comes from. So, but the bottom line is I trusted that what was flowing through me was the right thing.
Yes.
And that's really what the essence of what you're getting to with all of this. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Any other questions that we have out there, Natalie, or anyone who's with us live? Nope. Okay. I'm seeing shaking heads. Natalie, you're done? All right. Well, guys,
I could listen to you all day, Brenda, is the truth.
Thank you.
Brenda, I thank you for doing this talk today. when I started You Define Wellness 6 years ago, almost 6.5 years ago now, oh my gosh, there was so much I didn't understand out there. And you and I hadn't reconnected. I mean, there was a very long period of time that from when we used to know each other to knowing each other now, and we had both grown in different directions.
Yes.
But there was so much I didn't know and understand of the possibilities and resources and avenues and different paths to getting people to their ultimate goals. And so I appreciate you bringing this in, and you're helping enlighten me as well, and learning how to trust myself a little bit more. So I thank you for all of that and your beautiful gifts that you bring to everyone. So for everyone watching this, I want to say thank you for coming to this talk. Make sure if you're watching it as a recording that you put your answer to the poll question that we had in the chat box so that we can give you points towards the Fast Start Challenge. We hope to see you at another event that we are hosting. There are many this month. We got the 21-day business challenge starting in June, and we look forward to seeing you there as well. For those who are with us live, let me say one last thing is that we appreciate you being here as well. And Natalie, of course, I appreciate you being on the stage with me and helping welcome everyone. When we end the recording, those who are live are welcome to stay for a couple of minutes if you have some private questions that you want to ask. And that's always one of the benefits of showing up live. So we hope to see you at another one of our events very soon.